Hey everyone, happy Monday. It is Monday, September the 16th, and I am Allie. I am one half of Soul Star Energy Collective, here to do your weekly card reading, give you some guidance for the week ahead. The card deck that I'm using is Intuitive Whispers Oracle. It is full of beautiful imagery, which we love. Mandy and I love that. And I will be pulling 3 cards, and your job is to feel in if card 1, 2, or 3 is calling you this week, to receive your guidance. Just be completely open to whatever comes in. You know, maybe all of the messages are meant for you. Maybe 2 of them are. Whatever it is goes. There's no right or wrong. You can ask questions and assign it to a card, or just, be open to receive whatever comes through. Like, spirit, my spirit guides, what do you want me to hear? So that's what we will be doing. I've done my connection ritual before I came on, so that I am an open channel, that I'm doing it safely, all of that, so that I can receive on the spot. And instead of reading the book, I will be channeling the message, as the card is the kind of guide to go off of that, read into that card. Before I do that, there is only 1 week, what is it, 1 week left? No, only a few days left to register for the Soul Activating Journey. So that is our 6-month container that we run twice a year. So this will be the last for this year, and it starts on September 23rd. So if this is something that you've kind of been contemplating, on the fence, definitely, there's only a few more days to do it, because we got to send out the first week's lessons. And or if you have any questions in regards to that, then you just let us know and reach out to us. We can answer any of those. Sometimes it's payment plans, so we offer very flexible payment plans, but you just got to ask. And oh yeah, and then we still have 40% off our readings and our healings. So it's the soul guidance reading, which would be with myself, and then Mandy is doing healings. And so if you're kind of wanting more depth, then you can book one of those, because it's 40% off until the end of September. Yay! Okay, card 1. It's not coming. Here it is. Vulnerability is power. It sure is. Oh, and then I do got to show you my nails, because I did them specifically because Mandy and I were part of a metaphysical event, and we were vendors. And so I did some metaphysical nails. So a little bit of sky, a little bit of, I don't even know, stuff. Yes, that's what I did. I was like, you know what? Let's have some witchy nails, because it's fun. Okay, back to the message. Let me feel into this. Okay, so I can feel like an energy coming to the back of my head. And usually when I get this kind of weird feeling, it's like channeling, I don't know, it's like higher vibrational beings. It's super weird. It makes it like shake, and it's uncomfortable. But I'm feeling a lot with this, with the vulnerability is power. So I'm feeling so I'm just trying to anchor it in. Partly I am feeling like this, that maybe for you, kind of feels like maybe there's something that you've been feeling called to do, or to try, to experience, to whatever it is, but it's out of your comfort. And it even feels like whatever this is, it even the moment you think about it, you're like, ugh, you feel sick, you feel uncomfortable, everything about you wants to be no, get away. And it kind of just feels like your guides are really kind of trying to push you and urge you gently to maybe take that leap. Maybe do the thing that really scares you and makes you uncomfortable, and that, through that vulnerability, right? We are kind of like conditioned to not be vulnerable. Like, so when we're vulnerable, whether that's in nature, if an animal is in a vulnerable position, then they're at risk. And when we are vulnerable with our feelings, we are opening ourselves up to be more raw, and there's a risk there, there's a fear there. But there's also this sense, like, being vulnerable as a human, to step into something that pushes us beyond our comfort zone. That is where we find our power, and we pull our power back. That is where we find the magic. So when we are doing things that push us past our comfort level, that is where we find growth and expansion. And really that beauty kind of like lies there. So it feels like for you that there's something that you're holding yourself back from, and due to fear, and that you are being encouraged to leap. You're being encouraged to just jump off and do it, because there is so much beauty and expansion waiting for you. You just have to get out of your own way to get this, and that can even look like even just healing. It could be something that you're avoiding to look at, to heal, to remember, to move through, because going into that space is scary, and sometimes we don't even know what we're going to find there. But when you can allow yourself to be vulnerable, when you can allow yourself to push past that fear and move into that space, that's when you kind of truly, I don't know, it sets you free in that sense. So, all right, that's card 1. Card 2, please. Is that it? No, it's just not it. Oh, I hate when you can't get a card, when you're like, is that the card? Because I just want a card to come out, and then it's like, no, it's not. Okay, card 2. This deck isn't very forthcoming. Okay, feel, don't think. They're saying it so loud. They're like, get out of your head. Get out of your head. I am so much guilty of this, of being in my head, but this just came screaming through. Get out of your head. Let me just feel. So it feels like, whether you're somebody that exists more in your head, like I'm somebody that I'm constantly thinking, ruminating, all of these things. And as much as that is a skill and can be a benefit for sure, it can also be a curse, because you can ruminate on things or make up stories or whatever it is, that are simply not true. And that affects your being, that affects you and how you move through your day. So it really kind of feels like the message for you this week is to, I think, be aware when you are in that space, when you're spending a bit too much time in your head, and especially if there's a specific thing that is kind of got you in this loop, that you're being more logical about, or trying to analyze, that you're being asked to kind of like bring it from here and anchor it down into your heart space, and to sit with the feeling of it. Because when you can kind of get out of your head and bring it down into your heart, and really feel into it, that's when you're going to receive the truth. That's what it feels like. So it feels like in the head, we can make up a lot of lies. We can make up a lot of stories and make it our reality in a sense. But if we move it down into our heart space, and really feel it, that's your intuition. Like that's the truth right there. for an example, I had a palm reading yesterday done, and one of the things that came up, that the palm reader came up without giving my own information away, it made me kind of like take a step back, and I was kind of like, oh my God, did that happen? And you know, instantly I felt that it was didn't happen. It wasn't true. But then as I went on and I went into my head and I started to, be like, well, it could have happened here. And I started placing things together and I started creating my own story and like starting to make it probable. Ow, my God, words are so hard for me today. I started to make it more of this reality of maybe this did happen and I had no idea. And I started spiraling in that sense. But every time I would go and be like, okay, but do you really think that, like, and that was me anchoring down into my heart and tapping into my intuition. And it said, no, I did not really believe that. I did not feel that. So that's kind of like an example of how, moving into your heart space can bring you your truth instead of being too much into the thoughts. So try to practice that this week. It will come in handy and you'll feel so much better. Okay, card 3. Your body is like a book. Interesting. Okay. So they're really making me, they're like bringing my awareness to how much, so kind of like when you say your body's like a book, it's like there's a story held within you and within your body. And when you can connect to your body, when you can go within, you can, discover and find that story. What they're kind of like showing me is like, our body will, like how we feel in our body is equipped to keep us safe, keep us going, heal us. Like it's an amazing vessel to be in. And we don't give it enough credit when it comes to that. And it's, it feels like you're being called to listen to what your body is saying, because it is an intuitive vessel and it will tell you if you're not supposed to be doing something, because physically it will make you feel something. So, we talk about intuition, and in a sense, like that intuition sometimes feels like it's in the head, or like it feels like it's words, or it feels, like it comes in that way. But there's a big part of intuition in your body. And so just like your body will tell you when it's hungry and it needs to eat, like it will intuitively be like, hey, and it gives you those pangs. It does it for so many other things too. And it's so funny because I'm saying this, but I don't really know this. This is where like the channeling comes in, because in my head I was like, really? So it really kind of feels like tuning in and listening to your body. Like even if it's like for a day, just being like, I'm going to listen to everything that it says. So if all of a sudden I'm going to go for a walk because I need to go for a walk because I need to get some exercise, or go to the gym because this is what I need to do, and the body all of a sudden starts like aching and your knees are hurting and everything, but you're like, I got to do it because this is what I'm doing. It's my routine. It's like your body's telling you, no, you need to rest. Your body's saying, nope, we need a break. And if you listen to it, then maybe you have a good recovery. And if you don't listen to it, maybe you end up injuring yourself because your body was like, hey, I told you, man, I told you you needed a break, and you went anyways. And now, you know what? You got a pulled shoulder, whatever it is. So this week, invite this in. Start to really kind of like, before you go to do something, check in to see what is the body feeling. Because when you're able to fine tune and really connect into that energy, you're going to realize like your body is speaking to you way more often than you know, and it has so much intelligence to share with you. So that is it. Have a great day. Bye.